everybody, welcome back to Rants and Headaches. Thank you so much for watching. And today we're talking about an argument that Trump supporters are using that just doesn't make any sense. If you're like me and you hate Trump, like, yes, it's cool to vent and stuff like that, but when it comes to serious political discussion, can we not move on at some point? Now, personally, I don't really like talking about Trump or Trump supporters on my channel right now because Trump is out of office. If he was still in office and I was heavily covering political topics, that would be a whole different situation, but the current president is Joe Biden, and I just feel like people who focus on those aspects just because they don't like Trump are kind of doing themselves a disservice. There are plenty of things going on now that we could be talking about, and this country is facing a lot of serious issues. One of those issues is the baby formula shortage. Stores across the country are running out of baby formula. Some are completely out, some are rationing what they have left. So I just want to be clear first and foremost that I'm not in any way trying to minimize the seriousness of the situation. But for those who are pro-Trump, anti-Biden, you're making some silly points right now. So I follow a lot of conservative accounts, and because I follow a lot of conservative commentators, I just kind of get a lot of just regular conservative people in my feed, and a lot of them are, and all of them are tweeting there was not a formula shortage under Trump. So when it comes to Donald Trump's presidency, one thing Trump supporters really like to do is just completely ignore the last year of the Trump presidency. I'm sorry, but he was president for the entire term. We don't need to just pretend he wasn't that past year, okay? So let's talk about it. So in 2020, I was working a full-time, I actually had 3 jobs. Anyways, in 2020, I had 3 jobs, and of course, I was getting worried about what was going to happen with COVID. There were lockdowns, there were shutdowns. I was having to have all these different communications that I wasn't used to having with my employers about when I was going to work, when I wasn't going to work. So anyways, one of them was just a to-go place, so we ended up staying open the whole time because it was really sit-down restaurants that they were kind of cracking down on, retail stores that they were cracking down on, that kind of thing. I had a job at the mall that shut down for 10 weeks? No. It wasn't 10 weeks. I don't remember how long it was exactly. But my full-time job at the time was at a restaurant, and they were forced to go to-go only due to a local ordinance. And they could not survive under that. So they shut down for about 5 to 6 weeks. Now, during that time, I did think about just going on unemployment and just kind of trying to ride it out. So even though I heard that the unemployment was good enough from other employees, with the system being so backed up, I'd heard from multiple people that they were not getting their unemployment checks fast enough. So that really scared me, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to just, get the unemployment while we're closed and then go back to work. But I can't apply for unemployment and then just be completely out of money for 6 weeks and then go back to work, starting completely at ground zero. So I started doing grocery delivery. I was doing grocery delivery for that entire time. I was actually making way more than I was at the full-time job I went back to. But it was a lot of craziness. That was a really crazy time to be doing grocery delivery. And one thing I can tell you about that time that I remember so distinctly was how many things we were short on. Everything was out. Stores were rationing all kinds of things. You can sit there and pretend otherwise all you want to, but there were plenty of things that we were short on under the Trump administration. Toilet paper, paper towels, hand soap, hand sanitizer. It was very consistent during that time for me to have to tell customers no because the store just did not have the items they required for those items I just listed. But then there would also be sporadic things that stores would be running out of like crazy as well. Like meats. Ground beef would usually be the first to go. If I started in the morning and someone had ground beef on their order, I'd usually be able to get that for the first or second order. By 11 o'clock or noon, forget about it. You're just not getting ground beef today. There were plenty of times I had to tell parents no on baby wipes or diapers. I wish I'd saved the pictures I was sending customers of these empty aisles. Trump supporters really will act like that time in this country did not happen just to defend Trump. And that's one of the problems I have with Trump supporters. It's not just about whether or not I disagree with you on who the guy is as a person. You are literally willing to just make up your own set of facts to justify your argument, and that's a problem. And before anyone suggests otherwise, this isn't even about being pro-Biden. This is about being pro-reality. We were short on all kinds of essentials during the Trump administration. And I was in the center of all of that frustration at the time. So it's hard not to take it personally when I hear people just so casually dismiss that. It really is frustrating to me. Things happen the way that they happened. If you need to lie or rewrite history in order to get people on your side, then maybe people shouldn't be on your side. Now, having said all of that, as far as the Biden administration is concerned, as more information has come out, it does seem that the Biden administration was aware that this problem was on the horizon and did not act in time. So I'm not even making this video to say that the Biden administration bears no responsibility or fault for this. I mean, honestly, I don't think a United States president is responsible for every single type of shortage that there is. So even during the Trump years, the several months of chaos where we were constantly being told, no, you can only have one roll of toilet paper. No, I'm sorry, we're out of paper towels. No, I'm sorry, we don't have any more hand soap. That was such a frustrating time. But even then, it wasn't just a matter of production and getting these things out to people. It was a matter of people panic buying and things like that. That's not really the fault of the president. Honestly, I don't really know why anyone bothers the president when it comes to shortages. None of these people really seem to care anyways. They'll just put out a statement saying about how they're concerned about the everyday American, and they might slip in a line about how they're doing better than the previous administration, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all we get when someone brings up shortages to United States president. So I really don't see the point. That doesn't make it okay. I do think there should be a little bit more proactivity on their part. Regardless of your personal opinion on how proactive a president should be during a really serious shortage of anything, quit pretending that there were no shortages under Trump's presidency, okay? And that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, half this video, or even just a quarter of this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.